Welcome everybody, my name is Mike, my channel is MDH5169, and I want to do a really quick video this morning. I had told you guys that I was going to go down to Starkweathers this morning, and we're supposed to be on the dyno. Well, Josh texted me last night. He did text me a bunch of pictures of the head, so that should mean they're in, and I'm very happy about that. But he said that we probably wouldn't hit the dyno today, that it would probably be tomorrow. So hopefully tomorrow or by Friday at the latest, I'll have that video up for you guys and we can get some numbers. I'm really shooting for around 540 at the wheel. Let me know what you guys think. Leave me a comment below. Heads, cam, cold air intake, and mild to wild exhaust. That's all it's going to be done to it. And I believe the base dyno was like 443 or something like that. So I'm hoping for about 100 horsepower netting, but we'll see what happens. I just want to share a couple of stories with you because I know I enjoy car stories. I enjoy standing around talking and, you know, small world and car world and everything like that. So just a couple of things I wanted to kind of share with you, some updates, things like that. First thing I wanted to address was the 72 Chevy pickup that you can kind of see over there in the background. As I said, it went out to start the other day and it wouldn't start. I had power, stereo was working, lights, everything like that, but it just would not turn over. It was clicking. It was a click underneath the dash. There's a relay under the dash. Eddie's like, it's probably that. Those go bad sometimes. We'll replace that and we'll be good. $25 part, back together. Still, same problem. Okay, next go down to the starter. So go down, check that, replace a few things, check all the wiring and like that. It's not the starter. So I'm thinking, okay, neutral safety switch. Maybe that's the issue. I mean, we tried going through all the gears and stuff like that, all the normal stuff, but thinking maybe it's a neutral safety switch. So we start doing some research looking. Well, the neutral safety switch has been bypassed on that truck, so it's not the neutral safety switch. So Eddie says it's got to be the ignition then. What else could it be, right? Trace it all the way back. It's got to be ignition. We get power, it just won't start the truck. So he says, well, what we'll do is we'll put a push button start on it, make it nice and simple, and I like that idea. Push button start doesn't bother me, and so we get that all wired up, or he gets that all wired up, and he goes to turn the key and turns the key all the way over, and the truck starts. Should be starting with the push button, but now it's starting. Okay, that's fine. So truck's running, then we lose all power. Everything's gone. It's toast, it's history. Don't have lights, don't have signals, don't have anything. So I look under the hood and there's a fuse right there on the battery. I pull the fuse, sure enough it's blown. Okay, well, blew a fuse, something's happened. At that point we're like, we're gonna get back into it tomorrow. But then we realize that the stereo is on the truck. The key had been left on, stereo's on the truck. I go to hit the key again, it starts. And that's kind of where we're at right now, is trying to figure that whole thing out. So Eddie's going to come over this morning and we're going to try to get that back up because I want to get that on the road. I want to do a video on it. I want to drive it a little bit. I mean, I just got it and I want to enjoy that. Other story that I wanted to share with you guys is the unibody. Never got to do the video on the unibody, and it's kind of unfortunate. I really want to tell you guys why the unibody was special to me, why I got it, other than the fact that it's a Ford unibody and they didn't make them for that long. They only made them for a few years. Back when I was a kid, my grandfather had a 1964 Ford pickup, you know, half-ton fleet side short bed. And it got kind of passed around between family members after my grandpa couldn't drive or whatever, but I have a very fond memory of when I was a kid, and it was sitting out in his field, and he was telling my uncle he needed to go out and get it and drive it in, and I said, oh, Grandpa, I'll go out and get it for you. And my grandpa threw me the keys and said, go get it, boy. That was my grandpa. And so at that point in time, I hadn't really even driven. I mean, I was still very young. I mean, I probably wasn't more than like 11, 12 years old. So anyway, I walked out there and got in the truck, and my dad ended up coming out and kind of helping me with it, and I did get it in. But that truck was supposed to be my first truck, not the 65. And you know, the truck kind of got passed around. My dad had it for a while. He was going to give it to me, but then my uncle needed it because he didn't have a truck. So my uncle got it and in turn gave it to my cousin. My cousin had it for quite a few years and drove it, and it was sitting in front of his house in a storm, and a tree fell on it and crushed the truck. So now, you know, 20 years later, I mean, the truck's sitting out behind my cousin's place way back in the back 40, and it's just rotted away. It's really beyond repair at this point in time. So, but that's the reason why I bought the unibody. So, and I apologize if I'm boring you guys with these stories, but you know, to me they're cool stories, and that's what this channel's all about, is the story behind the vehicles. Last story, yesterday the guy, Keith, that ended up buying the unibody, what had happened was me, my wife, and Wade are out at the swap meet this weekend, and the guy, Ed, if you guys can follow along with this, that ended up getting my old unibody, he had his unibody out there for sale. And so it's sitting there, I'm sitting there talking to Ed, it's me and Kristen and Ed are talking about the vehicles and the swap meet and everything like that. So there's a couple looking at Ed's unibody, and they're walking around checking it all out. So Wade walks over and talks to the guy and says, hey, that used to be my buddy's over there. He has 2 unibodies. The one that he still has is actually better than this one you're looking at, and it's for sale, and it's for sale for less. So, you know, obviously it doesn't have power steering, power brakes, all that stuff, but it's a good, tight, solid running truck. And that's what this guy was looking for, something he could build into his own. So, long story short, this guy Keith gets a hold of me. He comes over yesterday, looks at it. Very nice guy. Didn't even drive the truck. I mean, started up for me, walked around it, said, yeah, I'll take it. Gave me a very fair price. But here's the funny thing. So this guy Keith had talked to Wade out at the swap meet, right? Well, Wade tells me a story about like a day or two ago about his buddy John and another guy coming up to visit his shop up in Sonora. And Wade's telling me about this truck this guy was driving, and it's a 51 Ford with a 500 Cadillac motor. It was kind of patinaed and rat rotted on the outside, but all modern, you know, underneath and what have you. Okay, cool. So as I'm talking to this guy Keith, he's telling me about this truck he has, 51 Ford pickup with a 500 Cadillac motor. I said, hey, did you go up to Wade's place in Sonora, you know, yesterday? Yeah. I go, well, Wade was the one that was talking to you out the swap meet that turned you my way. Oh, I didn't even know. So, you know, small world that we all kind of connect back that way. So, like I said, I wanted to do a video today, and I was going to do the Z06, but that's going to have to wait till tomorrow or Friday. But I wanted to share that with you because I think it's kind of cool. So, yeah, if you like the video, please give me a thumbs up. If you're stopping in for the first time or you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel. It is a good time. Don't know what you're waiting for. It's all about automotive. I have so many plans, so many video ideas that definitely 2018 is going to be a fun year. We got some good car reviews on my vehicles, projects, car shows, and just a ton of people who have a ton of cool cars that I've talked to about doing reviews and things like that. So, I mean, a ton of stuff coming. So definitely subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Instagram, MDH5169. Send me something to the P.O. box. I would love to get something from you guys. It's going to be down in the description below. I really would love to have like a picture of your car and a little story or description about it and why it's special to you and what have you, and I will include it in the video, I promise. I think that would be the coolest thing in the world. So yeah, like, subscribe, follow, send me something, and with that, God bless, take care. Have an absolutely amazing day.